Moving averages. This is one of the most popular indicators out there, especially if you just started off trading. This is probably the first indicator you are going to learn in your trading career. Now in this video, I'm going to talk all about MAs and how you want to use them properly in your trading to achieve consistent, profitable results. So there's four main topics that we will be covering in this video. The first one being what are moving averages. The second one, the conventional way of trading with moving averages. The third one being why the conventional way would fail. And the fourth one being the best strategy to use MAs with. So let's get right on into it. Okay, so what moving averages mean is it's taking the sum of previous few candles, adding them all up, and then plotting a line either below or above the chart. So if you're looking at this chart here, you can see there's a few lines on top of the chart, and those are moving averages. So I've color coded them, the orange one being the one here, this is the yellow one, and this is the purple one. The orange one here is set to 20, the yellow one is set to 50, and the purple one is set to 200. So what that means is it's taking the amount of candles, be it 20 candles, 50 candles, or 200 candles, and based on where the market is going, it's gonna set an average. That's the most basic form of it. So if we look at the 20 EMA, it means from, let's just take for an example, from this point, 20 candles back, let's just say approximately here, overall everything is flowing down, okay? And then if we look at the 50, it's the same thing from this point. Now instead of stopping here, 50 candles could be here. Overall, it's flowing down. And it's the same thing for the 200 EMA. So as you can see, it's taking the average amount of candlesticks that you have set in place, and then just based on that, plotting lines to identify whether overall it's moving down or overall it's going up, or better yet, overall it's going sideways. So in a nutshell, moving averages just tells you the trend. So now, the conventional way of using MAs. The first option is just using MAs as a trend indicator. If the MAs is below the charts, just go for a buy. If the MAs is above the chart, just go for a sell. The second option is using MAs for reversal. This is where the term crossover MAs comes to mind. So you have probably heard of this before. That's where the big MA and the small MA, they cross over each other, indicating that an early sign of reversal might happen. And the third option is a combination of both. Now this is actually the best option, and this is the option that we at Urban Forex uses a lot. Using a combination of the bigger MAs just to understand the bigger trend, and then using the smaller MAs to understand if a reversal might happen. But before going into the third option, I just want to show you a couple examples of the first two options and show you exactly why sometimes it might not be the best solution in the market. So let's have a look on the charts. Okay, so the first technique, at least based on everything on the internet, it dictates that if price is above the MAs, you want to look for a buy. If price is below the MA, you want to look for a sell, right? So this is a situation where price is actually above the MAs. You can see it here. Price is hovering above the 20 EMA and above the 50 EMA. If this is an area that you would just follow the MAs, to follow the approach to look for a buy, you would quickly end up in a losing trade, right? So it works sometimes, but it doesn't work other times. We'll get into that later on. However, just bear with me for a second here. Now, let me just show you another example where this might not work. Here, you would see we are above the 20 EMA, we are above the 50 EMA, and let's say when the pullback comes in, we get in on a buy, all right? This is another situation where the MAs is gonna fail you, okay? Obviously, it's not gonna fail all the time. You will see times where it actually works, like here, right? It works sometimes, it doesn't work other times. So you don't wanna take this approach mainly because it lacks consistency. Now, let me go into the second one. The second conventional way of trading it dictates that if there's a crossover, you want to look for a reversal, right? So here we actually had a crossover. Okay, the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA has crossed over. And let's say we take the same approach where we just get in on a pullback. So this is moving into a downtrend. We are assuming the trend is reversing. Let's take a sell position here. If that's the case, again, it will end up in a losing trade. All right, here's another example that we have. Market was moving up. We have the MAs cross over. Once the MAs have crossed over, we look for a sell. And again, you would see once the market cross over and let's say we look for a sell here, it would either spike you out or go into profit and then turn around once again. However, again, let's just playing devil's advocate here. We do have a crossover as you can see here, but this time the crossover actually worked. It actually crossed the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA. It did cross over, but then if you did take a buy on a pullback, let's say here, it did went up, right? So here's the thing. You don't want your trading to be dictated by the MAs because it just sounds like you're gambling. You're just taking a buy or sell action based on what the MAs are telling you. You want to be smarter than that. You want to take more things into consideration. At Urban Forex, we really emphasize the logic behind price action and why it moves the way it moves. So we want to apply the same logic with MAs because they are really powerful. We just need to make sure we have some logical approach behind it. So let's have a look at the charts. So one more time, what does moving averages actually do? They are essentially an indicator to tell you whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend, okay? So the 20 EMA here is just telling you that most recently, are we going up or down, okay? And then the 50 is, again, is it longer term in an uptrend or a downtrend? So if you see that things are turning around, the MAs are crossing over, yes, it does tell you that temporarily things are turning around, but in the long term, that might not be the case because as trend traders, we are always looking for a demand in the market, which means either the market would be going up or big supply in the market, which means either the market is going down. Either way, we need a trend, correct? So let's just look at the uptrend. So knowing that we are looking for a demand in the market, meaning are going to show that price is going to be above the MAs, right? So this phase here is what we have going on here. MAs are looking good, price action is above the MAs, but what about this phase here? This is where the pullback actually comes in. Now, remember what I was saying about how things may short-term change direction? Those are not necessarily the trade you want to take because grand scheme of things, if the market has really high demand and it wants to go up, these are nothing but mere pullbacks in the market. So even though the MAs may have crossed over, indicating that short term things are going down, you don't want to be in those positions to be selling. Instead, the better option would be to wait for things to turn around to look for your buys. And how do we use MAs to our advantage here? Check this out. If I put on the 200 MAs, which is this one, you would see that even though on the short term, things are moving towards the downside, the bigger trajectory here is still going up, which means you don't want to get too comfortable thinking that, okay, a reversal has happened, let's look for a sell. Look at how strong this move down is. Look at how big this rejection is. These are moves that's gonna cause traders to think the market is gonna turn around. It has the MAs crossover. So it looks perfect for a sell. But if you take into account and if you really understand what the MAs are for, aka using it to check the trend, this is something that's gonna keep you out from taking losing trades. In fact, this is something where it can tell you wanna step up, wait for the sell, in this case to fail, and then join the bigger buy. Because how else are you able to buy at a good price without a pullback? So every time, if you see there's demand in the market, if you have a pullback, that's always a good thing for you. I'm sure you have heard the saying of buying low and selling high, right? So you're always trying to buy low and sell high as price goes up further. Okay, so in these type of situations, when things are crossing over, it's telling you you're not supposed to sell, but it may open up the possibility where you can take a buy low and sell high approach. So that's one of the most simplistic way where I can boil it down to what we actually do at Urban Forex. Now in Urban Forex, we actually cover a lot more details into understanding when are things slowing down, when are things looking like it's going to turn around and all that stuff. But if you just want a simplistic way of doing things, you can do it exactly like how I'm showing you with the MAs. So just remember, when you're using this technique, make sure that you have a bigger trend that's backing you up and making sure that you have a pullback before taking the trade. Let's have a look at a few more examples. Right, so this is another example that we have here. We have price constantly staying above the MAs. Nothing really has happened, right? And then at this point, you see there is a crossover. Hopefully now you're getting a little bit smarter not to trust any crossover in the market. Right, once we have this crossover, it might mean that we have a pullback instead of a full-blown reversal. How do we know that? We know that by understanding the 200 MAs, it's still going up. Meaning the bigger trend, the big boys, the trajectory is still to go up. So these are nothing but pullbacks for the bigger players to pick up their buys. So even though you might see that this is a perfect crossover, a strong sell move down, a perfect SNR, price holding below SNR, it still doesn't go, right? In fact, that's the perfect location not for a sell, but for a buy. There's demand in the market, we have pullbacks coming in, and it's the best location to look for a trend continuation. Okay, if anything that you can take out from this video is to understand that there is a lot more logic to MAs than what you have read out there in the market. Again, one more example here. We have price above the MAs, we have price coming down. Some traders might think, okay, this is gonna turn. When price actually crossed over, that's where traders really look for a sell. But yet, once again, because the 200 MAs are still moving up, it's just not the right time to sell. Things are still going up. That's actually the best spot for bigger players to look for a buy. And look at what happened here. So there's actually a lot more that goes into this. You can pair this strategy up with volumes, SNRs, correlation, and a lot more things. But again, to trade MAs profitably and in a very simplistic way, this is exactly what you want to do. But there is one more thing that I want to show you that you can apply into the markets right away. It's a very, very simple technique. Make sure to hit the like button before I go further into it. If you hit the like button yet, all right, hopefully you have. All right, let's check it out. So if we look at this in detail, okay, if we understand that the market is nothing more than just supply and demand, right? If we move up and we are above the MAs, we have a lot of demand in the market for this particular product. In this case, we are looking at gold. And if we go below the MAs, it does not mean that there is no more demand. It just might mean that there is a short-term pullback. As price is still above the 200 MAs, you still want to look for a buy. Now, the bonus here that I'm gonna show you is how to understand the timing. If you really pay attention here, we know that when the MAs crossed over, it means there is a reversal happening, correct? So look at this spot here. A reversal has happened based on the MAs, but we know we're not supposed to sell. We know we're still looking for a buy. But look at where another reversal just happened again, right here. This reversal is telling you it was going down and then switching to the upper side. Now that is telling you the lower EMA has turned around, moving back up into an uptrend, and it's following the higher MAs. So that is a confluence, that is a double confirmation that tells you this trend might soon be resuming. And look at what happens next. It just continues to move up higher. Okay? So I want you to go away and take what I have taught you and test it out on the markets yourself. Now, moving averages comes across as a very simple tool, but there's actually a lot more to it. You just need to make sure that you are applying logic and reasoning behind your trading actions. So I hope you have liked what you have watched. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, bye for now.